Welcome, Crane family. It's Friday afternoon. Nice day outside after a fairly dreary week. It's good to be back here at NSWC Crane. For the past 6 weeks, I've been out and about a little bit, had 2 weeks at Apex training. I then spent a week, went out to Southern California, got a chance to see Christian at USC to see how he was doing. Truth is, he's doing a little bit better than Mom and Dad, truth be known. But it was a good week out there. Then came back, was at the Warfare Center Leadership Team meeting at Indian Head, and then spent the week in D.C. at the Commanders Leader Forum. So I've been out of pocket a bit and haven't had a chance to talk to you guys or be back here in my normal daily routine. So it's good to be back, first and foremost. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about unity. In my last Seidle Says email, I mentioned the fact that several of you have asked that I spend some time unpacking what the Crane values mean to me and why I think that's so important. As you know, the values of honesty, integrity, unity, service, and empowerment, and how those lead to solutions, I've mentioned many times, help drive this organization. And so I chose unity because I believe it is a very critical piece of the equation for an organization's effectiveness and esprit de corps. And I'll tell you that when I look out around society, I see that instead of being unifying, we're often divisive. We often sow seeds of discord. It leads to a lot of hostility. And you know, I can go home tonight and get on social media and see plenty of that. I'm sure you guys can too. It drives me batty. I can also watch the news and listen to some politics. But I'll tell you, it's not just that anymore. It has become, with my interactions even with friends and family and institutions that I belong to outside of work, you see a lot of divisiveness. You see a lot of folks tearing down instead of building up. And so I think it is a very important thing. Unity is the thing that binds us, that brings us together, that brings a sense of community to all that we do. And it's an important thing. And I think it plays in our relationships every single day. I was just watching the World Series this past week. I hope there's no Dodgers fans. My son was a little sick since he was out there. But the truth is, the Astros are a great story, not because they won the World Series, but because Houston went through a hurricane. And this storyline's been following this baseball team because the hopes and dreams of that community have been with them. And it's been a very unifying thing for both the organization and the community. And so I was happy to see them win. But it made me think that it often takes a major event, sometimes for communities and individuals to come together in a unifying manner. I think back to 9/11 and what a terrible day that was, and yet in the aftermath, a lot of sense of unification of the country for the first time in a long time. And so I don't think we have to wait for events like that for us to choose unity on a daily basis. And I'm happy to say that I think Crane is choosing unity a lot. And there's just a lot of great examples of that every day. And I've seen it in some of the results of the DEOCs that I think the culture change that we're searching for is beginning to happen. Just this past year, you know, we had over the summer, you guys have heard me talk about Bart Gilead and the struggles that he had before his passing. And we had the Crane team come out really and support him and his family in a great way to ease that situation as best we could. I think about the Antex that we just had and seeing the business and the technical organizations come together in a very trying time to get everything ready for that event and do so in a great manner and problem solve together, a lot of mutual respect, and make it all happen. I think about workload acceptance, and carryover and how divisive that used to be in years past. And I look at how the financial and the acquisition and the technical departments come together and run that very, very well. And it's such a different day. And man, it warms my heart. It's a great thing on that front. I think about ITIA, compliance, and the issues that we've had there and all the hard work we're putting in to try to make that better. And one of the things that's happening right now, we just had a pilot go through in order to come up with an innovation space where we can bring software and hardware tools together in a much quicker, more efficient manner than we have in the past. And you know, once we're able to do that in a space, we can port that to other places. And you know why it happened? It happened because individuals just set down their divisiveness and said, we're going to work together and try to figure out how to do this well. And with a lot of mutual respect and problem solving, they've come up with some solutions, and it brings a lot of hope to people who fight some of those issues on a daily basis. So great stuff. And so while I feel great about the trajectory we're on that front, I also think we can do a lot more. And I think we can choose unity daily and be more proactive. Had an ELT member talk to me last week. It was kind of humorous because they said, hey, you know, I've been trying to go an entire day without saying something negative about a person, place, thing, institution, or organization as part of their unity effort. And they found that to be quite difficult, and so I thought, well, I'll try that. And to be quite honest with you, I've failed pretty miserably. And I feel like I'm a pretty positive guy, but I find myself making these casual throwaway negative comments about several things. And I think that seeps into how we deal with each other. And I'll tell you that I don't have an expectation that everybody's going to clean up their tendencies on this front and remove those kind of things from their lexicon daily. But I can tell you this. We can choose every day to be very unifying in our statements and our behaviors toward others. We can build others up. We can make comments that raise others instead of tearing them down. We can have mutual respect even when we disagree about things. And we can problem solve across business and technical arenas in a way that show we're all on the same page. I know every time somebody provides me feedback that's sincere and positive and is building up, I feel good. And wouldn't it be great if every day that's what we were about, because it drives an entirely different environment. This past week, as I came back, it was a great week. I got to spend 3 days with the NISE 219 project reviews. And there was just a lot of passion in the room, a lot of great technical improvements, and it really was an exciting thing for both the subject matter experts that presented and for those of us in the audience that got a chance to hear, because we're proud of what Crane was doing to help solve some of the toughest technical problems that we have in this Navy, in this nation. But I'll also tell you that that's not the only tale of the tape of greatness. And I'll tell you that while I think those technical efforts drive how we're often viewed, the culture and environment that we create here also makes us efficient, effective, and makes this a great place to work and makes us proud to be a part of this Crane family. And I'm going to ask you to choose unity every single day. I'm going to ask you to reach out and build others up on a daily basis. Be intentional, starting tomorrow, to make comments to your brethren and your fellow employees, to tell them what they're doing well and how they're making this a better place. It's going to make us all better. Listen, I'm excited to be a part of this team and this group and where Crane's headed. I'm excited about the culture shifts that I already see happening. And at the same time, I can't wait for some more of the goodness to continue to occur. So thanks for everything that you're doing. I hope that you have a great week and weekend, and I hope this weather stays with us, because the truth is, I'm already tired of winter and it's not even upon us. So thank you for all you're doing. Look forward to talking to you. I'll be in front of you even more here going forward. Thank you.